Down Chris J. Dennis still going to fight for his life. What can he do? He goes down to Daps. It's just got B. Nice headshot onto Daps. These players are low. Dennis Law especially. Yeah, that's the 10 damage and Gabi with the 4K on the round. Great pistol work.
Look at Gob.
And he is hyped up.
Wow, what a round. Insane shooting. And you just saw it happening. Gob has just been playing so well this whole map. And wow, fantastic to see. Always good to have your IGL be that happy. And
it's 1.6 Gabi that showed up to this match.
Yeah, 2.0.
Conquest still getting the cheers. They got the force buy up. The CT force buy is on Inferno. Can be terrifying. There's a lot of close angles at the top of Banana and in the apartments. And it's actually Stan with the Deagle who will just finish off next with a couple shots to the body.
Oddly reminiscent of Chris J getting that first Eagle frag versus Mel's in their second round bye. And that'll affect anything. Map control, I wonder, Conquest on Cobble had Stan push A when they thought that it was going to be a group towards B, especially when they had the man advantage. They knew there probably wouldn't be an anchor on the other side of the map, someone lurking. And once they smell blood, or when they don't smell anything, they decide to push for information. Gabi, though, evening up, opening up a site, and causing a reaction, leaves Daps alone.
And he did take some damage for it, but he's evened it up to the 4-on-4, so mousesports will be favored, not only in that regard, but also in the fact that they've got these rifles. Daps does find a frag, just the one. Shazam with the 5-7. Bringing down Chris J. Nico with the trade. 1 HP, but through the smoke, he connects onto Nico. Gabi at 50 or so HP, working around to Garden. Naf actually hanging out behind the sandbags in construction. Rush making his way up Banana. He'll try to plant aggro. Will he fake plant this? No, he will not. And he's going to pay the price, down to 15 HP right now.
And that
the time just continues to tick down. Yeah, more than likely will be the round. He's still going to try for it this time. Oh, doesn't even go for the fake. Finds Rush, just flicking, but Naf on the 1 HP gets one through the smoke, finishes it off Gabi from the back of the bomb site.
Oh my God, I thought he almost had no play left and baiting out on that second fake. Unbelievable. Actually gets that first kill, and Naf so low, so close to dying, but wow, what a frag through that smoke, just lining it up on a player crossing. That was really nice.
With the Deagle, too. You only got 7 bullets to work with at most.
And in my opinion, mousesports haven't got to those critical rounds on T side yet. I mean, I'd say like 12 is one of them, but it really, like, that's kind of like the yellow, and then the red is like 13, 14. You know, as long as Conquest are able to stay out of that, it might be hard to string together those rounds. If you win those rounds on an island after 4 or 5 rounds, have to reset your economy, you can only get, you know, can't make anything work really well for you, don't get lucky, then it might take too long for mousesports to come back from this, but on this force up, have top bracket control and abs control.
Yeah, well played there by Shazam. He gets very flashy, falls into Arch, drops the smoke down to just stop the advance of mousesports, who were probably hoping to get up to Arch, maybe even go to B, wrap on A. And Dennis up in the apartments.
Anti-eco mans, you can just play site advantages and look for spray downs. Give yourself the ability to throw nades without getting exposed. And try not to put yourself in the face of too many angles.
Yeah, so the top main control right now belonging to mousesports, but they've got the hardest task ahead of them and only 1 smoke to make it a little bit easier. That's going to be on Nico. Everyone at A right now.
Probably not surprised.
Not rotating yet, just keeping their 3 members there.
There it is.
Yeah, that 1 smoke coming out. Again, it's going to block off that cross. I really like that smoke that they've been using. Rush, though, spraying down 3 headshots. Can't quite get the 4th. Nico and Gabi answer. Naf, he's been a massive player for this Conquest lineup. Struggling a bit here against the Deagle. Both these guys struggling, honestly. Nico eventually finishes them off. Daps coming over with the Mag 7 kill. Picks up a FAMAS and finishes up Nico. He finds 2. And a nice flashy-looking spray down from Rush.
Yeah, I'd like to see that back. That was really, really nice. Just 3 headshots. And if he didn't get all 3 of those kills, I mean, we saw his teammates go down on the site, so that means that that round could have got very ugly. We could have at very least seen a plant. But fortunately for Conquest, they had Rush there on the site boxes to clean up. And now mousesports, after that armor buy, not getting a plant, are going to have to go back to the drawing board, have only P250s. Nico, though, always getting a deagle for himself. Treat yourself, says Nico.
Yep. Next, a lot of damage from that nade taken. And Conquest should be earning themselves just that free round here. They'll have some submachine guns. Well, actually just the one, the UMP on stand. Shazam with the FAMAS. Taking it slow. They do have Dennis lurking up at top mid on the arch side. Nico lurking in Boiler, and he's just gone down. Nafly takes him out. Shazam to bring down Dennis, so the A lurks have been shut down, but actually more mousesports members just funneling in behind them.
At this moment, top mid was given to them.
Whoa,
wow, what a shot.
Got B with the pistols in this match. He has been crazy with them. How many rotations did we see him make into the A site with that 5-7 to retake it? On the pistol round, of course, and even here with that P250. It got him the FAMAS. Rush won't let him hold on to it for very long, though. He takes him out. Naf there. And Naf with 2. He's certainly been the standout player. He's got 20 frags right now for Conquest.
You know, and on that round, mousesports are going to take every peek they can get, and Conquest are supposed to not, but eventually will have to, and that's that's the ability. Or that's the opportunity you give yourself when you have map control. And as they took top bracket, I think 2 players, one in Apps and one at Arch, died. If they didn't die when they took Arch, they grouped up together and tried to explode. They would have had a much better chance getting a kill trading, but you're always in that mentality on an eke round that you're allowed to take any risk that you want. But that's before you find out your teammates have a chance in the round. And I think economically, they're just mousesports aren't really in a good place after that last save. Even getting kills. Every kill they could have gotten would have been an extra nade, an extra smoke, Molotov, flash, and so on.
Yeah, so there's not too much utility for them. They've just got 4 smokes. Next with only a flash. You're getting to the minute mark right now. How many smokes are left over at B? That's Stanislaw and Daps playing it. Stan still has a smoke. Rush, first kill onto Dennis. That's a big one going into the rifle round. Nafly gets one. Shazam, a bit of damage. Chris J down to 12 HP. Chris J gets the frag and has got into CT spawn. He's in a very good lurk position right now, but it will rely on the other men on his team taking that A site.
Yeah, Chris not spotting an Arch player. I think he's fully aware that there will be someone in CT, but I think that leaves A weak. No matter how you put it, and wow, take his face off, Gob.
Gob B.
What a shot.
Insane shot. Sees the crack in the truck there. Taking out the pit player and rush to the back of the site. He will fall. Dap spraying. The tracers have been spotted. They know he's holding out in Moto. The flash maybe didn't go where he wanted, but probably worked well enough anyways. Stan, of course, retaking with just a UMP.
Classic Stan.
Nice flash from Nex. Delaying him a little bit longer. Gobby taken down very quickly by Daps. Next going to be shown in Graveyard, and Daps so quick. What a retake from him. He gets the triple kill. Conquest to 8 rounds. They bring it within 4.
Who's that? That's Daps.
That's Daps.
That's Daps. My goodness.
And the money situation, probably see AKs and maybe 2 people with Tech 9 and utility. Gobby is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Or, alternatively, just buy pistol armor and have a better rifle coming up in round 22 if you're mousesports.
So what are the couple of things that are important right now? There's a pistol round won by Mouse, but every other one won by Conquest. That's 4 in total in this half. They've got the economic advantage. They've earned themselves another kind of half buy here to even out. Mousesports were able to get a couple of plants, but actually only 1 in this half as well, which is another huge reason that they haven't been able to buy as much as they wanted to. Conquest winning this round means...
Oh, Shazam could be in trouble. That was quite a pop flash. He's taking damage. Chris J will bring him down with just the Tech 9. Here's Rush. Will he get another spray down? He's got the bullets to do it. He finds 2. Goes in with the USP. Having trouble hitting the head of Nico, who's actually now got 2 kills with his Deagle. Picks up the M4A4, 2-on-2. Daps and Stanislaw going to have to retake this site again. Can Daps replicate that last round performance? Nico taking some damage, a quarter of his health gone as he gets away from that Molotov. Lucky to not be burning alive right now. Flash out Daps once more from Moto. Stanislaw's worked his way around completely to the truck side. Dennis might be the one to find him. Daps has got the kill, so it's 1-on-1. Dennis burning a bit, 60 HP. Those shots all over the place. And Daps with another one.
Wow. Actually, really good patience on that retake. And wow, it comes down to like last 3-second defuse. Conquest now only 3 rounds apart from Mouse. Mouse looked like they were going to win that round, but didn't buy on it. Only planted to buy here. So, that is an issue. That did cost them a lot of money. Conquest going to be rebuying going to go up against a buy of Mouse, and because Mouse did such great economic damage last round, we'll see if that means that Conquest will have to save if they lose this. That could be huge. A great chase flash onto Arch to neutralize Shazam. That was really nice to get that opening frag, and it seems like their apps and A splits work really well. I know Gob always, or oftentimes will take top mid, smoke off Arch, send 3 down lane, and then jump 1 through Arch to flank, because that's a great way to split a side, especially if you can get 1 kill shooting someone in the back. Yeah,
it seemed like Shazam maybe hesitated just a little bit. He had pulled out a flash when blind, like he might wanted to have counter flashed. If he had followed back sooner, he might have rounded that corner. But either way, Conquest do take that round. Of course, it was more expensive than it should have been, right? That was just Tech 9 armor, and it came down to that very close 1 versus 1. So that means 4 guns of Conquest went down. Daps has yet to buy. He's got 4,600. Oh, he's got armor already, so yeah, he's fine. He probably just dropped a player, and we actually did have a quick technical pause. Daps' mic wasn't working.
Okay.
And it might not have even been working when they were going for that retake, so.
Yeah, that could have been huge. I mean, it was really nice. They had a lot of patience in that round, or in that retake. They had 2v2. You know, Nico was doing really good damage. I think he had a great beat on what was going on behind that smoke, spamming Moto. And even though they threw a Molotov on him, just kind of stood confidently. Not sure how he died, but neutralizing, you know, a player in the site and a player in pit, when you have both a smoke on lane and Arch, should be a nightmare, and they ended up winning anyway. So that was just a really, really solid performance.
But a full round for mousesports. That was the half buy into the last round for them. They caused quite a bit of damage. They've got Conquest's economy right where they would want it, right? If mousesports can take this round, they pretty much earn themselves 2. That'll get them up to 14 rounds, and that's going to be a very commanding position. When that enemy team, the terrorist team, gets to 14 rounds, it can very rapidly just change your buying habits on the CT side. You're always like, all right, we got to buy to win, buy to win, buy to win. Very rarely when you're just on 9 rounds, you're like, oh, let's save to tie. Like,
yeah.
That's a hard decision to make when there could possibly be a 5-6 round difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder what mousesports are going to do to reinvent themselves here. Even though Conquest took a tactical pause, I think, or a technical pause, excuse me. I think mousesports will use that time to talk about what they want to do. You know, a very meticulous team that have a deep strategic playbook, and I think on this T side is where they'll let that flourish. You know, Inferno is a map that's something that takes a lot of time and patience to get good at. And here we do have the app split, which Conquest oftentimes concede, but with this map control. Do Conquest want to at least fight for top bracket, or do they want to concede both, play that passive setup, and risk having to lose to a poor site hold, which is a huge risk. You know, you really want your rotations to help you out.
Yeah, and on such an important round, we talked about if mousesports win this, they probably earn that free round. Conquest just going to pull up the powerful position. They've boosted a player up onto Porch, and Naf from there should definitely get 1 kill, can probably get 2 as long as Shazam's on that Arch side also distracting. So that could be big if mousesports even do decide to hit A.
Mousesports for no damage and almost no nades get free apps control and free top mid control. Or not actually.
No, they don't have top mid yet. I am worried though that no one's helping out Naf. Up here alone, he should probably just get the 1 frag. He needs someone on that Arch side to distract. Yeah, Naf only with 1. Rush helping out underneath. He also grabs 1. He needs to fall back and stay alive in the site. Conceding a bit more control, but trying to just keep that number advantage up.
Oh, and will they know that Dennis is abs? He always goes here.
Chris J finding Shazam, opening up Arch side. Rush with 1 more, dropping the bomb. The bomb pretty much delivered to him. He gets out of ammunition. The silenced comes out. Oh, Daps helping. Yeah, time is low. Of course, the bomb just down to Rush's left. Nico going to move in, gets that frag. 2-1. He's got no time to plant. Stan knows this. Another close round. Stan going to try to go in and just crush their economy with a kill after the time, but can't quite find it, spamming through that box.
And they do it. Yeah, you know, having that early stop to their aggression with Nafly on the roof, I think was huge. You know, Rush getting a trade frag as well meant so much for them, and that allowed them to make it a 4v3. I mean, getting into the site with 3 players as a terrorist is a nightmare, and so that's how Conquest were able to seal it up. Now, they won't be able to play roof again, I mean, without risking getting flash. It's hard to play no flash, especially with no one there to trade when you do get blind or to eat a flash for you if you want to stay turned around. So we'll have to try to change their setup, and it looks like they're just kind of challenging from both Arch and Lane, and Daps, I think, just took an op bullet through a wall. 50 damage done to him. Chris going to immediately know that the rotate is going to come out to, or through construction.
Oh, they're leaving.
And yeah,
some stuff thrown over. Daps taken down to half HP.
At the very minimum, right? If the team is giving you top mid and top banana, then you can spend the first 30 seconds around just going out and clearing it out, you know, giving respect to it, because why not? That's a free way to control rotations.
Well, Shazam wants to be, again, being neutralized by that smoke to the arch side, so mousesports take the top mid control. They've backed into that passive setup here with Rush behind the sight box, Naf at the truck. Naf in the most powerful position, and he's been the person you'd want here, right? He's seeing these arms, he takes the shots, maybe just baited out a little bit there. And Nico and Christy opening it up very nicely. Here's Rush, though, almost finding two. Can only get Dennis. mousesports now 4 men to the 2 of Conquest, and already Daps hiding out here in construction.
No, I really
holding banana.
I really fear for Conquest in this situation, because they're just relying on hitting all their shots. And look, they got 1 kill on that round. mousesports were able to trade out really fairly, and because it happened so quickly, no one from B site was able to rotate. And that's because when you have top mid, you're 3 seconds from a plant. I mean, you can just run up lane and get there, and if you find the first frag immediately, then you can just rush the site and swarm it. There's no way that anybody is going to be able to retake, especially like 2v4. You know, that would be pretty much impossible. I mean, Stan's got a kit, Daps is a flash, and they're just so far away. mousesports, I mean, they can stick to the game plan here. I think they don't have to reinvent themselves at this moment. They can stick to their game plan. They're getting map control for free. Conquest, I think, need to turn up that little bit of no respect game to help them get to this point. And maybe fight for apps control, just like mousesports were doing to them. They worked on a round, and they've got to come back to deal with. So, you know, Conquest can't start out early playing aggressive, see that it works, and then they'll fall into a passive and play that out for the last 6 rounds that they need to win. mousesports are not going to let them do that.
Well, it looks like they may be getting more aggressive. They threw, no, I thought for sure they'd push into banana. They threw the smokes to pop at the base of banana. I thought the CTs might go for more of that control, but already mousesports have just walked on through that. Molotovs, they clear out the taxi there and sandbag. So top banana control belongs to mousesports. And over here in B, it is a bit of a stack. Where are the rifles? Both rifles are actually just at A together. None here in the B stack, and these are just vanilla pistols. The P250's there. Dennis is taken on Ash. Shazam goes down. Rush goes down. They've all fallen. It's going to be Daps and Sam looking to save again, because money is in such a bad position right now for Conquest.
Mouse took their spawn to just get up banana. A lot of nades would have done tons of damage to them, but what Conquest wanted to do was just shoot them out of B, at least bait out utility, and then when they push through the smoke, make it seem like they were stacking the site, which they technically were, but posting up to, ooh.
And Stan has $950. Him dying there, like, what is he going to buy into round 25? Daps also
we'll see about that.
There's no money here for Conquest.
Yeah. And I think Mouse making a really good decision to just jump through that smoke. A lot of people, you know, versus that eco say, oh, we'll just wait it out, you know, we'll play time. Why not? But Mouse had a very hard read on Conquest and decided to impose their will on them.
All right, they go for it.
Oh,
they buy the win.
Playing for the win. Playing for the win. We've got a 5-7 on Stan, CZ on Daps, 2 Pharmacists, Naf, the only one with a respectable rifle.
Naf going for the M4A4.
What's super ironic about this, and here we have that forward aggressive apps control. I mean, this is something you do on a force-up. Oh,
and Dennis starting at Rush gets the trade, but Nico take it down Rush as well. So man advantage to mousesports. Shazam going through the smoke, beautifully done. Finds 2, air drops the bomb, picks up the op 2, the weapon that he's known for. What a play from Shazam, and he hits the shot onto Gob B. So now just Nico over here at porch, Stan still around, sees him through the smoke. Nico gets that one. He's down to 30 HP. He's got a 2K. He'll have to get 2 more if he wants to win it. And you can see the bomb in a very...
I'd just like to point out this is a 1v3. Doesn't say anything about 1v3.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Nico always winning 1v3s. It's just the 1v2s.
And yeah, he took about 70 damage there from Stan, so it's going to make it that much harder. I mean, he has a smoke and a flash. He's almost certainly going to try to go for this. Even every kill he gets will mean that Conquest will be on another Famas or just straight up 5-7 next round. So
I'll see if this flash grabs Shazam. Not enough. He was hardly blind from that.
Shazam with a 4K on the eco, or not the eco, the force up.
Yeah, the force
buy. He didn't have a problem with this, but that's what we saw from Chris J, right? Pushing through that mid smoke, which seems like the most dangerous thing to do. 4K. Sounds like and that three round differential here. They stole back the economy. They put themselves back in this. Conquest played apps. The apps control didn't work out, but they went for it. They got a trade. They got information. They knew Mouse were going to go there, And, you know, they did have a cleanup crew on that round, but that gives them another chance to learn from themselves.
All right, and Shazam takes that shot, knows he shouldn't repeat that, so he smartly backs off. He had just seen the arm and the new, you know, those newer animations of the op coming out, took the shot, so it kind of got baited by that. Chris J, maybe just a little lucky that the shot didn't connect, or at least, you know, bring him down pretty low. He's still on 100 HP. mousesports opening up, trying to get that banana control. It's early into the round, so you can't really say where they're going yet, and it's Nico lurking over and watching their flanks from alternate.
No, if Chris J is going to lead with his op, Daps cannot peek the spools. That would be a death sentence from him. I mean, he might try to do it.
It seems like they're setting up the flash play. They'll hear those footsteps, the flash will come out, and then Dennis can peek, and hopefully they will be blind. There's the pop flash. It gets 3 of them. Incendiary is there. Stan gets the one himself from Oranges.
I actually really like that.
Daps, oh, he was down there in trash. He gets taken out by Chris J's op. Stan still hiding out. The rotation from Shazam is coming over, but Stan has fallen. 4-on-3, mousesports have taken over the B site. Bomb going down now. Knowing there are a few in the back, at least, based on Shazam seeing those flashes. But so many smokes down on the ground. No, they're all from CT side on the retake. Conquest smartly back off.
No, the only thing Stan was considering doing was not trying to get another kill. He wanted to get he wanted to stay alive, excuse me, for the rotates. And when he got smoked out, he threw that Molotov, got that first kill, and then got smoked out. He had no other play, but he had to move because, you know, you saw him about to get spammed. I mean, there's no way that you wouldn't try to spam that smoke, and so maybe he shouldn't have been there. But I think on that round, the issue mainly was they were 2-3 again, passive, full buy, and they played too static, and that leaves Mouse with match point and very little hope for Conquest. I mean, Conquest have to prove themselves once again. What the thing is, though, if we see this pattern where they don't have a lot of money and they do this aggressive control, and we see that this is what they should actually be doing when they have a full buy-up, then that might even be a bad sign unless they finally learn from it. And I don't know what they'll decide to do in this moment, but Shazam does have an op to go up against the keen look of Chris J.
Yeah, it seems like he wants to peek middle again. Shazam's giving it up, though. He's going to go into alternate, and a player on that second mid balcony. Bring it down Shazam real low. Naf, however, finding Chris J. So 1 op taken out of this round. And Conquest with the man advantage. They've gone back to the more or less passive setup. Still under the porch here is Rush. Well, the bomb we can see gearing up for a banana head. Actually, the bomb's over in banana all by itself right now. And here comes the help in Nico and Nex. Looking to back up Gob B. Will pop flash himself in through this smoke. Oh, completely blind. Maybe not completely, but still Daps will go down. Stanislav finds that kill with the 5-7. Now looking over that headshot ledge. He can't spam that second Oranges. But as he is forced to peek out, Nico takes him. Next brings down Shazam. It's all on Rush right now with just this FAMAS. And wow, they've both gone into construction right now. One hiding in garden, and it's going to be Dennis that most likely. Oh, or not. Nico peeks and finds it, but Dennis was right there on the flank. There was no way they were going to lose out. mousesports taking out Inferno. They win it 16-11, one of Conquest's best maps. But I wonder if there was an effect here, right? Conquest, they pick this map. They start on the T side, which is going to be rough, right? You don't expect the rounds to come out right away. That T side initially silences the crowd a little bit. Conquest not quite getting the same vocal support right away as they did last night against Dignitas. Maybe not affecting Conquest, but certainly mousesports. I don't think they're being scared by the crowd.
No, I mean they're going to be ever confident on this map, especially, and just you could see it in their T sides that they just knew what they were doing later into the half. Conquest staged quite a huge comeback, but again, those early rounds are easier to come by than the rounds later in the half, exactly. Right? It's much easier to get the rounds in a row that result in 2-for-1s than to get a series of rifle rounds in the middle of a half. And it seemed like mousesports had all the confidence on their side, and they really knew how to work that T side in a way that Conquest weren't able to handle. On their 4-subs, Conquest looked like they were playing CS perfectly in response to the way mousesports were doing it. Aggressive, going for map control, and once it was given to them, they knew what to do with it. And that was the biggest problem. Continuing to play static, maybe just receding into a little bit of complacency, I guess. Yeah, call it. And, yeah.
All right, well, we'll see what Scoots and the boys have to say about it. We're going down to the desk. We'll see you for map 2. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. Again, that was Conquest map choice.
Yep.
And again, as they said upstairs, you know, basically mousesports started rocking and rolling right out of the gate.
Yep.
Really took kind of the crowd out of it, and certainly put, you know, Conquest on their heels.
Yeah, I mean, look, so mousesports, you know, got to 12-4 or whatever it was. I think they took both pistols, you know, looking really, really in control. They probably should have ran away with it and made it a cricket score. But this is the thing about Conquest. They do not go to bed easily. They always seem to find a way to battle back. Now, instrumental to that on this map, I thought, was Naf. Again, we've been talking about how he was putting in this mature performance, how he was being well-rounded. He was making some very important kills, some nice clutches. It was just, again, a wonderful sort of comeback performance. And you thought maybe they can force some overtime here. Didn't really work out that way. Meanwhile, it's exactly what we said was going to happen over on mousesports. With the exception of Nex, actually, who didn't really show up, but they didn't really need him. Nico, though, had some ridiculous moments again. This guy is just so good. Deagle, like, this guy is on point right now. People need to really sit up and pay attention to him. But mousesports, this is a weaker map for them. And they think about it, this could have easily been like a 16-6 map. And the 11 scoreline is a testament to Conquest's determination more than anything else.
In the summer, when this Mouse team really got rolling and they had all these top fours, and at this tournament, the last season, they were top four as well, you looked at Nex and you were like, this guy's on the road to becoming a superstar. He's a very good player. This isn't Nex's team right now. This is Nico's team right now. Nico's playing out of his mind. On the stats there, he had 122 ADR over the whole match. And this wasn't a match that was 16-3. This was a lengthy match in general for a match that wasn't that close overall. Meanwhile, Nex had 10 kills, and his team's won a comfortable game here. So you can see he's still trying to find his place within this team, within the non-German calling setup. It's not quite there yet, but Nico is rolling, and he's been rolling since the major, and it's working really well for him. Over on the Conquest side, they had some decent rounds. I mean, they actually won that nice force up there to extend the game a bit, but they were never really in the match because they were so far behind the first half. It's supposed to be their map. This is supposed to be the one where it's going to be really tough for the opponent, and it was a little bit too easy, I thought.
Yeah, and we actually have our BenQ play of the match, or the map so far, is going to be the Gabi 16th round pistol.
Yeah, I mean, so Gabi obviously doesn't get a lot of credit for you know, what he's capable of doing, but compared to where he was, I don't know, let's say like 4 or 5 months ago, this guy is, you know, really added the ability to sort of, you know, get some kills, add a little bit of firepower to his game. So really impressive from him. You can see with the silenced USP, gets that one headshot. Okay, so now he's in a 1v2. Can he still do it? Another headshot there, and then there's the third headshot. That's just really crisp, nice aim from a veteran 1.6 player. You can see his reaction. And it's wonderful. When Gabi's got a smile on his face, the team's always doing well.
Yeah, and you know, he kind of did his own, like, all right, crowd, what do you got now? Like, beat that now. At the point you alluded to, Conquest Forces wins 6 straight.
Yeah.
So if that plays more in a status quo pistol in the next couple rounds, this is over much quicker.
Yeah. I mean, you saw, though, Conquest, because they were so far behind, they were a little desperate at times. Like, they won the force-up just before the end here, but if you stop and you look at that on paper, that's a very questionable force-up. You're on CT side of Inferno. You have a couple of pistols mixed in there, and you've got full armor, fullness. You go for everything. And what's funny, the casters always say, hey, you're playing for the win. What they mean is to win the map in regulation.
Yeah.
I always make a joke and say, you're not really playing to win there. The way you play for a win is you save, get a proper buy, get to overtime, and then you win the game. That's the way you win a game.
Yeah.
You know, you're just taking a massive gamble. Like, I don't want to lose the game after I get to overtime. So I think that in general, you saw this wasn't the Conquest of yesterday. There wasn't the guy who were like pulling up miraculous, great narrative storylines where they're somehow overcoming challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
They look a little bit deflated, I gotta say.
And obviously
Shazam wasn't winning all those crazy rounds.
And that's the thing. There wasn't that clutch magic there from yesterday. And things get worse now because, okay, that's your map. I mean, forget about the ins and outs of it. You're now going into uncharted territory.
Sure.
Mousesports are very good on overpass, and you know.
And we're going to definitely talk
Conquest
about
now.
that in detail. But again, and I think what we also saw was kind of cool, like everyone who's not a Conquest fan in the building, they've split. And now, like, Mousesports has a hometown crowd here, too. They obviously didn't travel overseas. So the audience has split themselves, so everyone's getting cheers.
Like I said yesterday, the crowd,
audience? Yeah.
the crowd, they're not listening.
They're not listening to us.
The Conquest guys have been cheering on. You know, the fans have been cheering on both sets
That's
of
what I'm
teams.
saying, yeah.
Just,
It's awesome.
one's been really loud. It's not even necessarily a divide. I think everybody can respect just how good a Mouse Sports team are. You know, these guys are super pumped to be seeing elite level teams in Columbus, Ohio. So I think you know, any idea of like they've been really biased or like partisan, it's
not
not
today, for
it's
sure.
just not true.
Yeah.
It's just not true.
All right, gentlemen, we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to dive into Overpass, figure out if Conquest has a way to win this or if it's going to end up being a 2-0. So we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back, folks. We're about to start Map 2, our second semifinal. Virtus Pro is already sitting, waiting for their opponent. Will Conquest tie it up? There's some Conquest fans. Or will Mouseboats take their map Overpass, make it a 2-0, again, keeping their 2-0 streak alive, and take on Virtus Pro?
I think it's going to be mousesports taking Overpass.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a map they've got some rhythm on. They know how to play it. It's one that we haven't had to see Conquest on. We're not sure what they've got there. Mainly only online games they'll have played there. So I'm feeling like it's not going to be a good situation for them. The players, the general form of the individuals wasn't on Inferno, so that's a little bit of a worrying trend. They need more from Shazam here. It's a map where obviously an AWP can have a huge impact.
I mean, some of the Conquest fans here have been compared to frat boys. Well, they need to get ready because it's Conquest that they're going to get hazed on this map. Unfortunately,
They're going to get a paddle in.
Yeah,
They're going to get a paddle.
That's a paddle in. Believe it. So no, look, that's not to be disrespectful of Conquest. They've had an amazing tournament, put in an amazing level of individual performances. This map is no respecter of individual performance. You've got to be coordinated. You've got to be on point. You've got to understand it. And I just think it's going to be a bridge too far. Again, no pun intended, for Conquest here.
And talking to Christian at the break, he pointed out one thing.
Shazam, if it's too far, he can just go under the bridge.
Oh.
And then maybe collect a toll from teams who try to cross the bridge.
Yeah, he could do. That's a troll reference, of course.
So, speaking to Christian at the break, one thing he...
Reside! It's like the House of Commons. Reel it back. It's good. Anyway.
He made an interesting point. He said, you know, when God B plays on fire, and amazingly, they lose.
Well, I mean...
He's the in-game leader.
Yeah.
He's also not known as one of the fraggers.
Yeah.
It's true. It's one of those scenarios where usually that's not what you want.
Yeah, they want him to show up, but not, like, something happens there mentally to them.
Yeah,
He's that guy.
What you got to understand there is often if you're at the top of the scoreboard and you're looking amazing, it means you're having to do things your teammates aren't. So it's endemic of a bigger problem when Gobby's at the top of the scoreboard. But what's beautiful is when he can come together and just make that little contribution, you know, clutching a pistol round, whatever it is, that's when we start to see a really good free rolling, you know, free form mouse sport. So I think that's what we've got here. And as I said, I think they're going to be comfortable on this map, unfortunately. And still, Conquest, you know, whatever happens, hold their head up high, man. They've had an amazing tournament.
And see, and again, like, I gotta love this poll, right? It's all on how you phrase it, right? Who will win it? Who do you want to win it? Those are two very different questions, and I think they're answering.
A lot of sidekicks out
one.
there, I think, are going to fail this one.
Yeah. Shout out to Blondie, of course.
Hey, oh wait, the numbers are in, folks.
There we go.
That's still a little fan building there.
Look,
but that's all right.
It's the thing. Obviously, you know, let's be real. Conquest are being very well represented here. I don't know enough about it, whether it's an organization in terms of it's something, an organization with a history and a pedigree, if it's something maybe players have put together. Got a pretty nice logo, I must say. I do like it. And who knows whether this will be moving forward or whether this is kind of a last hurrah. Will they still have these players? We know what the NA scene can be like. It's very fractious, very disruptive, doesn't really have the infrastructure of Europe. So I think, obviously, it's great that they're being so well represented here, and there's so many fans that want them to do well and want them to go far, because obviously, who knows when we're going to see them again at a tournament with teams like this in. So
forget winning the series here. Okay, that's a long way away. You've got a lot of work to do. If you could win this map, though, that'd be another great chapter in the storyline.
Yeah,
remember, they've already won maps up to contest. They won the series there. They came close to beating Virtus Pro in that one. They beat Team Liquid 2-0. So they've already put together a nice little giant killing run, a bunch of different matches now. Let's see if they can win a map.
All right, so you guys originally said 2-1. Both to mousesports. Is it safe to say you're both now because
we both picked Overpass as the map mouse we would.
So
it's
got to be 2-0 now. I still thought Conquest could have won Inferno, but they just started too cold. Maybe it was nerves. I don't know. But you can't start cold against mousesports.
All right, there you have it, folks. It's going to be Overpass. It's going to start right now, and it's going to be Helium and Launders. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. Going on to Overpass, a map where we have seen mousesports play very, very well. It's not a map they play a whole lot, but they seem very strong every time we've covered them, whether it be online or in the first match here at these finals, where they just disassembled Davi on one of their best maps.
Yeah, this is a map where in their online play, they banned it 6-7 times in a row, and then all of a sudden started picking it up when they were forced to play it, because they were so damn good at it. I mean, Chris J just goes crazy on this map, so look for Shazam and Chris J to have an absolute rivalry here on these first rifle rounds. And there is a Molotov out on short to stop that forward push.
Yeah, the seized Molotov, as I like to call it. Santa's off peeking monster, seeing some feet, taking some shots at Gombi. Does have to watch out. Chris J is close. He'll get the reload in. Daps here at the column. Getting two. Stan with one through Monster and a second. And this BT completely shut down Conquest. This time get the start on the CT side. And looks like they've started well. See what damage Next can do. It's not much. Naf rotates over, brings them down. Conquest keeping everyone up on their pistol round.
Yeah, you know, absolutely just hitting their shots there. I like that Molotov on the short. The thing is that mousesports are going to be really good on this map, right? But on T side and on CT side, they definitely have their tendencies. I mean, they have their static tendencies for real. They have Gabi, who will almost always smoke out the side of bathrooms and stand outside there. We'll have Nico come out short B through the tunnel by himself almost every single round on the lurk. But if Conquest can win a pistol round or win both pistol rounds, that might be their ticket to a third map. Otherwise, the thing is, even though Nico does do these plays that are very predictable to some, he still manages to get the kill almost every single time. You know, teams that study him thoroughly still can't manage to defeat him. And here, actually, do we have a quick rotate playing upper? Yeah, we have Rush Stan on the site and a quick rotate upper. Yeah, Daps. Okay. So typically, you don't want to leave B
Well, Nico posted up in the short drain at construction, hoping to get one of the B rotators as the other 4 men on mousesports. 2 at short A, 2 over at long. Chris J with that bomb at long. Dennis now at the A stairs.
No, congregating towards A, but we do have, I think, I mean, I'm going to assume that's Nico, maybe not, up on short B.
Yeah, Nico's lurking around back there.
Taking some steps. Rush sees the door open.
They will drop the smoke. It seems like they are pulling it back over into the connector with that bomb going now. They were thinking about rocking it back to B. Now they go back at A, trying to just manipulate these rotations. Dennis has started them off strong. Kill onto Shazam, and a second onto Daps. Nafly trying to answer back. Rush helping out as well. Brings down Dennis. Now Naf moving forward. Wants to deny this bomb plant. Just missing out on that. So some extra money coming in from mousesports, but Conquest keeping 3 alive and finding their second round.
Yeah, Daps wasn't able to trade there quickly enough, and that allowed them to get in the site and plant. But Dennis getting those 2 frags.
And that's enough for the rifle, because they only went for pistols on that round, mousesports.
Right,
no armor there.
Yeah, no armor, and so they'll be looking to buy really quickly. I think on that first round they weren't able to get a plant, but we're confident they'll be able to do it here, and they definitely did. Conquest, you know, on the anti-ecos are so tough because you want forward aggressive control as a CT almost every single round. It's not like Inferno where you need at least one side of the map on an overpass. You need like super forward control with like low chance of trading to make it a 5v4, and then you can fall back. But on those anti-ecos, do you really want to be pushed up where teams are going to rush you almost every single time? It's hard. It's Jumanji out here.
All right, so mousesports probably had enough money to get a rifle with limited utility. Instead, they will just go for this. We'll call it the half-buy with Tech 9s and armors. It's looking like a force, but they maintain enough money that even if they lose here, they're going to have a very solid rifle in the next, just increasing their chances going into round 3. Still facing that P90 of Stanislaw, so that weapon could be dangerous. Stan taking it in the B site along with Rush, and Dap still on the window. So that leaves Shazam and Nafly holding on this A site. Naf being tested a little bit now. A lot of these Mousesport members in those bathrooms are ready to go out to the A site.
Shazam just missing a shot there, but spotting a player, and it looks like 4 towards A, 1 at long.
I don't know. Someone's trying to hit the jumps onto the flowers. Now Nico just jumping over it. Will he go for it again? If he does, he's going to land right in the crosshair. Nico has not watched your KZ tutorials, Launders.
He's not a subscriber yet.
Yeah, he doesn't subscribe to you, apparently. Maybe he just can't spell your name right. I don't know. It's Shazam with the nice one, but he's stuck at the sign. There's no fallback from that position. Nico will take him out with the Deagle. Daps at the green bin here on the stairs. Missing some shots and taken down by Nex, who has found 2 at the Tech 9, opening up the site. Stanislaw coming with a P90. He's very healthy. He sprays down 2, assisting his teammates and finishing off those kills, but he's still alone in a 1 versus 2. Nico's picked up the op. He brings down Rush and wins it by killing Stan.
That was a super rough round to watch. Conquest had all the defenses they needed. They had Naf in a corner. They had Shazam with the op, got a first opening kill, but was in a tough position when they rushed to be able to get any more than that. And they basically had 3 people at A and managed to only get 3 kills off the back of Stanislaw himself on the rotate. So that's not a great sign for them. I mean, they got to really think back and or think forward and think about what they're going to do, because here, yeah, actually not even opting to standard buy, it looks like, knowing that there is going to be nothing short of a full buyout for Mousesports, 3 AKs, and the only FOM is in the hands of Gob B.
Nico taken down to 30. Stanislaw saw some feet finally connected to Nico. Unfortunately, the headshot wasn't even available because he couldn't even see that.
It's an interesting Molotov, that tree position.
Was that to the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotten pretty popular now. You'll see some people just throw it from when they just do a little quick peek and throw it. Others, you can line it up from party as well and just make sure it goes over the wall, not really putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
But of course, to do that, you got to clear out the first bathroom, then that connector. It looks like they've got it now. Gabi in party, making sure those
So
CTs
look at
who
this.
might have been playing forward have to push back a little bit.
Yeah, see, you'd be more worried if they're all in the site, but they're all pushed up in bathrooms. I mean, they could catch people off guard, and it looks like they've got 1. Dennis, though, on the cleanup, gets 2 trade frags. Stanislaw spots a man, but to the op of Chris J, it means nothing.
Not going to lose to a Scout J.
Scout J.
Daps in a 1 versus 4. I think Gabi must have died in the bathrooms or out in middle here at parties. If he can maybe get an AK, it could be difficult because Nico's right there and seems to expect that Daps will be coming up on the steps. And yeah, Daps taken down, no chance to even fight back. Doesn't even see his attacker.
You know, this is, you know, Inferno, you can excuse yourself from being too afraid to push up. Inferno, you can do that. You can fall back, play your tactics up. It's going to work 40% of the time. You know, and versus anti-eagles going to work every time. On this map, you will not be able to excuse yourself from that. You know, they're going to need that forward aggressive control. Conquest, however, lost a round playing in the site versus an anti-eco with the right setup. We haven't seen them pull their rifles out versus rifles yet, so there is something to be said. But if mousesports are able to set the pace of this match, then it'll be the economic failure of, or the economic game that Conquest lose that will ultimately result in them losing the half as well.
Oh, Dennis holding his ground there in the back of the connector. He finds 2. Nico has taken some damage, but he falls into the pit at B. Stanislaw and Shazam bringing down Gabi. Shazam actually getting 2 right there. Stan with a chance for another. Brings Nex fairly low. Shazam might be able to find the 3rd kill. He took almost no damage from that. He's down to 73 taps. Distracting a bit now with that CZ Emerald. Oh, he falls to the nade, so now it is truly on Shazam. Spotting one, another kill. Took no damage from that one. Can he find his 1 digs?
Oh,
I mean, close.
very close. Dennis, though, too nice with those 1-taps. Ends up getting that kill. 3-2 now. Economic damage was dealt. Conquest on a bye. First bye versus bye in the half.
Yeah.
Very telling round. How will their setup look? Shazam has his op. We've got 3 incendiaries. No, 2. In the hands of Stan and Shazam himself. Pushing up to bathrooms, playing what looks like 1-man upper B. And again, this looks like not similar to their pistol setup, but a boost over short to try to get that opening kill.
Yeah, oh, is this, I mean, you see the smoke clouds. Is this a one-way setup for Shazam? Kind of a bit to watch there. You got to make sure they don't come up the steps. Also watch the entrance from Fountain and Party. Yeah. They will give it up as that smoke dissipates. Now we're back to Nex. He's at the sandbags, trying to work in. Rush holding on the slope into the canal side of B.
I think
both players in B are on that side. Only Daps up there in the window. He's their support.
I feel like this was too early to fall all the way back. Once again, you know, mousesports are going to be a team to be able to abuse this. And that's why we see teams fighting for short so many times, because you don't actually need smokes to sit on short as much as you want. Bathrooms, however, you always feel uncomfortable. And
no!
Nico just trying to get comfortable.
Yeah, he's looking down to make sure he doesn't fall. They're just trying to kind of walk forward together on that stack to get a better angle as he's looking down to line it up. Daps happens to just peek out at that time, and you know, timing is everything sometimes in CSGO.
And suddenly 5v4.
Yeah.
What's up in
Nico needs to go back and rewatch Pub Masters to get those run boosts down. Shazam from the armored vehicle, Gabi running up on him, takes him out. Nafly's there for the trade, next to trade him and find even more. He'll bring down Daps, 3-on-2 right now. 9 seconds to go. The bomb will be planted. It's up to Stan and Rush. No utility. Rush does have a kit, and Rush starts him off strong with the frag. Now 2 versus 2. Dennis in the bathrooms. They will actually dodge this as they both go around to long, but that's where Chris J is waiting. Hits one with the op, then pulls out the Tech 9. He's very, very low, but he does peek real quick. Gets the 1-tap on the Stan.
We get the 1 spam in chat. Chris J on his last limbs there. Almost bled out. No help kit. And mousesports do win that. I mean, they you know, they went down. They won it 4v5. They took A, which is going to be the easier site to take, right? B, you can sit inside of it. A, you cannot, and mousesports recognizing that. But Conquest as well. They had enough players there to make up for the fact that they weren't pushed up. They had no stairs control. They had no cat control. They had no bathroom control. They had no long control.
Yeah, you can draw some parallels to the first map, Inferno, right? You know, the Conquest on the TT side would start off with the initial top A control, but they'd back off really, really early. Sometimes we're not even tested. They did the same thing there in middle. Almost had the round, but it wasn't so, as mousesports got the bomb down with little time to go in the A site. Conquest now just back to upgraded pistols, no armor in this, and they've got the max bonus, so the $3,400 coming into the next round. They'll have a very, very solid rifle, and it'll actually only be the second rifle as we go to round 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Daps now actually in a favorable position. Really close in the lurk here. Almost no chance that anyone will watch their flank. Shazam also getting that info, taking attention away, do some damage.
Yeah, just needs to distract them a little bit. Molotovs go down and chase and taps. We don't see it, but that lurk completely shut down Nex with the headshot with his AK-47. So 4 versus 3 in favor of mousesports. They still haven't taken a sight. 2 of these guys are pretty low, so the pistols can still be a bit of a danger.
And the smoke onto the site.
Oh, big gap there.
Oh,
Stan
he can play
exploit
around that.
Easy kill on the Gabi. That one for free. Mousesports want to look at those smokes. As that CZ nearly sprays down two. Shazam. Oh, beautiful headshot, and he wins the round on it. Chris J planning for the CT side of A, and that backfires. Shazam with a double, and he picks up the op. Doesn't even have to buy his own op.
If he took even one more bullet to kill that first guy, our planner would have got the bomb in a moment and most likely traded that frag. So that was a really, really nice shot. And now Conquest can go back to the rifle. And if mousesports don't give him that early opening frag, are they just going to receive back on the sites? Are they going to hope that a play happens where Dab spots a boost, or are they going to take matters in their own hands, which which is what we want to see them do?
On overpass, you definitely don't want to fall back too early. If anything, recede into those sites, get a little bit closer together at like 30 seconds left, where they definitely have to hit just one site. They won't have time to really check everything, but you don't want to be dropping back with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, like that's why we saw, we see Hellraisers, we see Na'Vi spamming short, Molotoving short, because they don't want
you don't want anyone to push out.
No, it's so easy to take control of it. And, I think
stay in the site so we know where you are, and then we can just go kill you. That's what they do. Here's Rush again, both players in B on the canal side. Daps is the air support pretty much from that upper window.
Here they are looking around. I mean, they can just spam, do damage, hang out. Like they haven't had to use any utility to take anything. And Conquest are the men that are out. I mean, they have absolutely nothing left. Not a single smoke, no flashes. I mean, they literally have to hit shots, and they're all passive in the sites.
Yeah, but this time the time is at least low, down to 30 seconds.
Good point.
The bomb moving up short outside the bathroom. 3 there. Chris J opening it up, though, from long. He takes down Shazam. He wins that battle. The Molotovs go down. Nafly playing on Optimus. The fire down, but they will push through. Nico quite low. Hasn't found a kill yet, and Nafly's there to stop him. Nearly lining up 2, but next gets the frag. Rush coming up the stairs. Gets 1 kill. Pushing through the smoke with the flashes. Oh, Dabs just saving the life of his teammate as he brings down Chris J. Now it's up to Gabi. He can't get it done. 3 people for Conquest. The retake is successful. And another round for them. It's all tied up 4-4.
That was nice. I mean, yeah, like they all had to hit shots, and they just did that. The bomb did go down. It did look ugly for a moment. Naf ended up getting a really, really tough trade frag or opening kill in the site, and then they moved on to have their rotators. And they delayed long enough to know that once they spotted members of Mouse that it was time to rotate, that it was most likely not going to be a fake. One of the interesting things for Mouse is that because they have that stairs control, and if Conquest want to give it up every single round, then they'll have the ability to fake really quickly. You cut down your rotates from going from all the way from your spawn to the other site to going down the stairs, which is halfway the distance from going down to the spawn. So we'll see. And Naf, now pushed up. Long also being peaked, and Shazam wasn't even giving himself a chance last round.
Nice shot by
here
Naf.
is the bomb down, along with another kill.
Wow, this is a rifle as well. Nafly crushing Mousesports' hope on this one, and also if they lose this, the Mousesports economy going to be crushed. Shazam hitting a headshot with that up onto next.
And there it is.
This is a big round that could swing the momentum in Conquest's favor here. 5 versus 2. It's just Nico and Dennis. They're over in construction. But, of course, Rush watching that.
There could be a matter of Mousesports believing that they had free reign over forward A control.
Oh, the nade? Oh, okay. Nico was the low one. It did do more than 9 damage to Dennis, though. Then they're falling back.
Nades don't kill people in this game, okay? So.
Very, very rarely, anyways. Alrighty. Falling back, these terrorists with 20 seconds just chilling at the club right now.
Yeah, have no idea where Conquest are playing. I mean, they were playing pretty far back except for Naf. I mean, you have such an aggressive, strong rifler. Why not use him to his strengths? I mean, he is going to want to roam around. If this was a puck, he'd be pushing down the map, pushing down middle. So meet him halfway in the match. Let him be aggressive, but do it from a way that works well within the system. And I think that ended up working really well.
And Conquest, they got enough money, but they still don't really want to go out and try to find these frags. It's just going to be Nico and Dennis with AKs. The rest of the team, oh man, even if they lose this, it's just going to be, what, $2,900 coming in for the losing bonus. So Dennis will have $3,000.
Oh.
Nico will actually just have 2,900, so this could be big. Conquest take the lead by 1 round going into this and are having the opportunity to get a 2-for-1 out of it.
Yeah.
It could be 7-4 in just a few moments.
This round in itself, you know, it's just not a great buy. Oh, Naf. Oh, down in stairs all alone.
Next, though, says it doesn't matter because we're just not going to lose this. Starts off with the first frag, and that's another rifle over to mousesports taken away from Nafly.
It's interesting. Last round they had bathroom and long. This round they have stairs and short.
All right, Stan. Oh, smartly turning around. Will he? Nope. Nico too quick. Rush in a good spot. Can only get the 1 though. And mousesports doesn't even look like they're feeling the pressure that was on this round. 4 people up to the 2. Now just 3 as Shazam takes them out. Is anyone else going to peek past those sandbags? Probably not.
Bomb
But the
dropped
bomb
on the site.
is down. Okay, they picked it up now. There is a Molotov and a flash here, so if anything, they could maybe get the Molotov in the window if they want to throw it for construction.
And look at Dennis here
Possibly pop flash.
on the mini-map, just waiting for Daps. Just hungry for this peak. You know, Daps going to have to move out when the plan is. But he hasn't peeked anything yet, so he's going to be more keen on clearing an angle like this. He's got a lot of safety from the wall in front of him. And mousesports actually trying to split them up into believing that it is going to be... Yeah, oh, checks his back. What was that? Oh, I guess he was turning from a flash.
Yeah, so, I mean, no surprise Dennis had pushed up to graffiti there. He was in such a powerful position that it pays off. He brings down Dap. Shazam was that one member of Conquest that kind of got pulled over to A when mousesports started delaying, and as a result, he'll stay alive. He'll have to save this op right now. Mousesports tying it up.
The only time you get really screwed when you're out on short is when a terrorist comes short B and open the door at the same time. That's their crossfire on you. And because Naf was in the stairs originally but went down for free, I mean, even if he went down 1 for 1, they had the ability to open the door, then they would have been able to trade. So maybe they needed to have the 2 stairs there, or even have, you know, Naf at least burn a lot of utility so that they could take short B and then open the door and help him out. Because if they had an open avenue to shoot through that door and help him stairs, he might not go down. They might maintain short control. They might maintain stairs control, have a lot more information. But I like that they were changing their setup on where they want to play aggressively, and we see that they still have it in them to not play scared.
So Shazam, having saved that op, will drop a FAMAS to either Stanislaw or Rush and went to one of them and maintains the op for himself. And it looks like mousesports going quick into B. The bomb right there in front. Rush, though, getting 1. Stan helping out on the other. The pistol comes out of Dink and frag. And more damage. Stan with the FAMAS. Next, Nico gets the kills, but it's Nex all alone. He's found a double for himself, but he's left on 2 HP to get 2 kills. It's a tall order. That flash coming in, but actually popping into the pit, so Nex not affected. Planting in the open, and I assume he's going to just drop, yep.
Naf a little bit late here, but it is 2v1. Nex is super hurt. They see the smoke being thrown. They have an idea of where he might be. So he could easily secure this first kill. Shazam has an op. I mean, low HP won't make a difference at this moment. And no, whoa!
What?
How did, wait, didn't he have like full life?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so he took some initial damage from the Molotov. I noticed the smoke went down. I guess he thought it extinguished it and was still standing in fire and dies.
Wow, 100
so
HP.
That, imagine Shazam didn't get that kill. That would have been one of the more awkward play of the year, probably.
Mm-hmm. That would have been an absolute travesty, honestly.
Conquest get the lead.
After Rush got that insane 3K on the long B hit, mousesports unable to play fast in that round. And that's one of the only rounds that they've done that. So, you know, that's one thing off the checklist for Conquest. They know they can stop a hard long rush. That's something that like a team like Virtus Pro will impose their will on you. You know they're going to rush long B. They're still going to get away with it. Mouse unable to do that, but having to execute through a smoke and can always still fall back to their plan A. I think that was definitely a plan B in this, you know, standard map control setup is their plan A. Conquest playing really passive in the sites now. Surprisingly enough, mousesports able to buy. So. Off of that plant and doing quite a bit of economic damage, I think they see value in taking this risk.
They don't have an op though, so Chris J, maybe he's going to try to jump scout. He will just peek. He's been spotted, and then goes for the jump. Trying to probably bait the op shot, then go for the jump peek real quick. Have a nice little 1-2 to Shazam, but it doesn't work out. Shazam now falling back as the smokes pour on to the A site. The very limited smokes. Next still has 1. Mousesports will have to push behind this. They've dropped it down. Dennis just spamming those corners through the smoke, knowing a player might be there. They're not. Daps on the other side. We saw where Dennis was. Daps still holding behind the semi-truck. Bomb has gone down. Shazam starting to hit shots. Daps takes one out of the sight, but at long, it's Chris J with the scout. 3 versus 3 right now. Bomb planted for those bathrooms, of course. Chris J still being annoying at long. There's no fallback position here. Stanislav gets Nico. Rush pushes to get next, and Shazam was protected enough that he gets Chris J on the retreat.
Yeah.
Well done from Conquest. They each kind of peek their own thing. They rely on their teammates to hit their shots. Because if one of them doesn't, then Chris J probably gets away. Shazam would have gone down.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great on Shazam to not just straight up peek that dry and ask for a flash before he did. I mean, you have to recognize how much time you have left to plant the bomb, just like you have an entire round like to play with. And sometimes rushing isn't the best strategy. If, for example, you're given map control for free, that round Conquest did play in the site once again, got away with it, and mousesports have to go back to the drawing board, are on their half buy, and I guess you could consider that a 2-for-1. But at the same time, you can't count Mouse out of a force-up. I think they were able to win the second round of this half.
I mean, this is a similar buy to what they had when mousesports closed it out against Na'Vi, so.
Neff changing it up from his bathroom position is going to see one. Clotheslines got B. Dennis going to take a peek top bathroom. And Neff realizing 5v4 now.
Yeah, he's able to fall back, but he won't be able to go all the way. And Dennis not going to miss those free shots. Stanislav sprays down 2. Next gets him through Monster with that deagle. Can't get Rush. Dennis still causing more damage, has the double, but he doesn't have the bomb. It's up to Daps and Rush, and they know where the bomb is. You've got Rush standing over it right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Dennis actually has no armor. Again, full eco, doing so much damage, keeping it very competitive in this half, 5 rounds so far. What's also interesting is next, you know, last map had like 5 frags in the first half or something like that, already up to 14, leading by a margin. There it is, Daps.
So the 8-5. And into the last round. Mousesports will have enough for the rifle. Chris J he actually can't op here unless he goes glass cannon. And it's going to be the AK-47 coming out for Chris J.
Let's see what their CT setup is right now. Conquest definitely beginning to dictate the pace of the map, where Mousesports originally were having great cat splits and straight up 8 takes when they were able to get close. First on eco rounds, on rifle rounds, it seems
that goes on the reverse side. That's really cool. I thought when he was lining up off the sewer that he was going to smoke where Nico is standing now to not let them come into construction, but that smoke was really something. So pretty much the same B setup that Conquest has had every time. Just 2 into the canal side, pushed off the site towards the terrorists, and then just Daps in the window. Yep, 1 spotted jumping over, and some spam coming through, going both ways actually. Monster re-smoked again, so they've got it down to the minute mark. And it's just Nico and Daps that took some damage fighting each other through the boards.
2-2 towards B, short and long, having pressure put on them. Rush is not so low. Daps, however.
And Rush has been in the spot almost every round. Surely Mousesports are going to just expect it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe send Gombi in first since he doesn't have any nades left over.
Yeah.
It's a Tech 9 close range.
So the interesting part about this is, like, you know, Rush is in the same spot, but you expect his teammate to be, like, right beside him. And
Gombi's actually lurking.
I think that makes this favorable, though. It's going to require a no flash setup to be had. Now there's 20 seconds left, and that Molotov is delaying this execute that much longer.
They've got to go. Stan going to get the kills, brings them both down. Rush from the position he's played almost every round here at B, still finds one. Daps from up in the window, got B. He needed that to be successful. He was going to quickly push there from the bathrooms towards A and just flank down behind the CTs. It would have been beautiful if it happened, but when the B side holds like that, you can't do anything. You look like a fool when you get set up on the lurk. You absolutely need a trade to come out. You got 2 long B, you got 2 short, and you got 2 people, 2 CTs in total defending these areas 1-for-1. And because you can't get either of those trades, you lose the round. I mean, that's it. Mousesports did a great job delaying, holding that incendiary for as long as possible, and not falling for any of the spam that came out early to bait out their utility, which was the goal of Mousesports. And now Mousesports are at a pretty big disadvantage. 4 rounds, they're down. They're on quite a terrible buy, to be quite honest. And Conquest looking to make this 10-5. That's solid. The double digits on the CT side, that's going to be very nice for Conquest. And, you know, as long as they keep, as we've kind of pinpointed like their kind of no respect play, or more like no fear play. I'm sure they respect mousesports as a team.
It's no respect without the negative connotation.
Yeah,
it's
so
more like not playing scared.
Yeah, just no fear. Probably the more PC way to say that. As Shazam with the op here on the armored vehicle in the A site. Won't have to, of course, fight against any ops. His biggest threat right now is one tap from the AK, the Deagle at that range. And mousesports with just under 50 seconds now, still geared up for an A hit. They've only got 2 smokes left, 3 flashes and 2 Molotovs. All of that just on 2 people, Chris J and Nex.
I wonder if well, here you know they know that it's last round of the half, and that maybe if this was earlier in the half, Muss would be saving at this moment. So that fact allows them to play.
Oh, okay, it doesn't.
Close, no.
I thought it was going to hit the little vent on top of that roof, but no, that was the semi-truck smoke. It won't matter. Nafly still getting a kill from around that position, just peeks wide off the truck. Dennis has pushed up long. He's the one man with the AK. A lot on the round for Dennis, and he is only able to get the 1 kill moving in. Daps cuts him down. There's Christian continuing to push forward with the Tech 9, but limited to the 1 frag. Next planting the bomb, but he's all alone with just a Deagle. Rush will take it. Conquest 10 rounds here in the first half.
Solid half for sure. They really, in the early rounds there, when mousesports were able to get 4 in a row, it seemed like it was going to be very, very tough for Conquest to find a way to string together a 10-5 half. I mean, ultimately they had to win every single round apart from 1. Some of these rounds coming down to the wire, like clock running out on 2 of them. 4 rounds were diffused retakes, which were very nice, and most of the time they did a great job hitting shots. And I think if we look at the scoreboard here, Stanislaw again top fragging next, up to 14 kills, which is maybe a little bit harder to do on T side, so there's merit in that. 104 ADR for him, 109 for Stanislaw. Looking back at the performances we saw yesterday, Stanislaw is meeting his own expectations, I'm sure. Yeah,
definitely. He was a little lackluster on Inferno, but starting on the T side can do that to people, that's for sure. But he's back on top. Kill distribution pretty close here on Conquest, the lowest being 9, and of course the highest being 15. Looking at mousesports, though, Nex at 14 kills. You'd expect Nex or Nico to be up there. Dennis is pretty high. But Gob B, he had such a match on Inferno. Only 2 kills here on the T side of Overpass.
And again, the thing is that if Conquest have done their research, and I can only assume they have, mousesports have these very exploitable weaknesses on the CT side. I think part of it is being a weakness and being too predictable. At the same time, they've got such strong players to do it. And throwing that smoke that Golb always throws outside bathrooms, I always thought was a fault of their setup. Because he's just always there. You can literally line it up and spam him and have like at least a 30-40% chance in terms of the angles to do some damage or even kill him.
Yeah, so if the research has been done, if they know where these players are just going to be standing and planted, then someone like Stanislaw, and we've seen Russian Nafly also very quick to aim to hit those headshots, can maybe just exploit that. But then again, it's Nico, right? How many times do we see Nico just holding an angle in CSGO, holding an angle,
you see someone
and he
waiting
almost
for
never loses that exchange.
Yeah, you see someone clearing that angle with precision, knowing that he's going to be there, and he still gets the frag. So that is maybe going to be one of the more difficult problems for them. And again, all ECT side advantages, mousesports are going to be happy to play this half, though. Again, we see plenty of teams go positive on the T half, and you believe that the other team can do the exact same thing to them.
Exactly.
That being said, Conquest got 10 CT rounds. Got to be ecstatic about this. And wow, look at that. Got KDR leaders.
We were just trying to get rumors going on. Get right to Team Liquid, apparently.
That's what it said.
Cloning the technology has been discovered. 5 get rights to Team Liquid. There's Rush, though. He's going to bring down Chris J. Dennis gets 1. Rush with another, getting both entries onto the A site right now. And this could be massive to get the pistol. The Conquest had such great success rate on their pistols, getting 5 of 6. The one they did lose yesterday, they won the force buy in the next, which is like even better. But on the retake, no kits here for mousesports, so they've got to go fast. Shazam! Oh, the whiffs! Nico punishing him for that. 3-on-3. Here's Rush again with a quad kill. And gets the ace on the pistol round. Clock ace for Rush.
Wow, and I was about to praise him for just his 2 entries. Those were sick. That allowed me to get the bomb down. There it is, the ace.
The ace of spades.
That's a huge rush for him. I mean, yeah.
That's a huge rush
He's
for
gotta
ace.
He's got to be on a high right now, and that was a really, really nice ace.
All right, so 11 to 5, and it's one thing to lose a pistol round if you're mousesports at that point, but to have the ace come out, I mean, that can mess with your mentality a little bit.
Absolutely.
Mousesports will just put a little bit of armor in here. Nico and Dennis go for that. The upgraded pistols come out. Daps just going and charging with the P90. He gets one. Naft and Shazam helping out, so now just Chris J and Gob B. Even with the upgraded pistols, they don't want to have to spend any extra money in the next round. This is going to be quite a battle here on the second map overpass.
For sure. These guys are fired up at this point, and you can quickly lose sight of your half when you just have to think about losing a pistol round, getting dominated, getting cleaned up, and on the follow-ups. And I think last round, how many men did we lose? It was just 2, though. That was a pistol. It won't matter too much. I think they all upgraded armor, yeah, so almost no difference. To Conquest having 5 here, 2 AKs. I mean, they can hang on to these guns. Mousesports, they're going to know, didn't have armor based on how many times they had to hit him to kill him. 2 of them did?
Yeah, Nico and Dennis had it.
And yeah, there is definitely a good reason to be excited if you're a Conquest fan. They have a strong lead right now, and they move into the T half. I think if we see them play with just that aggressive confidence, that they will have definitely a lot of solid rounds. But still, we haven't seen a rifle out from Mouse, and we have seen them come back. We have seen them come back from this. They've done it to many, many better teams.
Well, this round will be tough. Mousesports, again, still contending with the P90 here on DAP. Stan with the UMP. Stan with the UMP, he was actually really standout in that Cobble match last night with that gun. Here's Chris J. He's trying to stand up to them, finds 1 kill. And closer than maybe it should be. 2 versus 2. Gabi with the Deagle landing some shots, but Stan turning with that up. Brings it down $600, and it's 13 to 5. The first rifle round coming out in round 19.
Yeah. A little bit of trying to get that round over with quickly, but Mousesports doing significant damage, and taking 3 players down means that this round, they're going to 3 more rounds. We have the chat. The chat is going on.
What is a crowd? I don't even know.
The live
Only chat. It's weird being able to hear chat.
Weird being able to see chat.
Yeah. So the op on Chris J.
Stan, always getting this UMP Stan.
I mean, it does have the highest armor pen value of the submachine guns, but Mousesports with a very strong defense right now. Flawless round for them, building the economy right there. They've already earned them 1 loss, and now the Mousesports side of the crowd, some of them standing and about everybody clapping.
Yeah, that was an absolutely monstrous hold. Honestly, that is actually so bad for Conquest, because they decided, let's hit them with this fast beat. They won't expect it. We'll do the exact same thing we did last round, and now, what's their plan? Are they going to go out slow, or are they going to try to do the exact same thing again? Well, Mouse just shut them down completely. So can Mousesports fully expect to not only hold, but play expecting a default? And so I think the psychological game, Mouse have an edge going into this round. And that was very clean. They didn't lose a single man?
Nope, not at all.
Not a single man. Wow. Going to be terrified of B at this moment.
Yeah, so Stan lurking a little bit in the upper tunnels. Out towards Fountain now, going down the ladder. So he's in the connector, and that's going to set him up in a position to maybe split on to the B side. Nico playing outside of Monster. Dennis will be his partner in crime at the B site. Well, I guess they're the CT's partner in justice.
Oh, Nico goes down. That's a huge frag, and a second one on B.
Hits the entry on the Dennis. Here's next, rotating from Graffiti. He goes down without a kill. Shazam with 2 on entry. And Chris J and Gob B just retiring out here to long.
Wow. So,
but no, they're not. Look at Stanislaw trying to ruin their day. Chris J getting 1 shot. And now they know where they're trying to save. Conquest.
How did they just come up with those
Conquest
entries?
are rolling out of B trying to find these frags. Russian Shazam moving through T-spawn.
You almost never expect to see Nico get killed by a nade behind a smoke, like holding a sight. One of the rarest sights you'll see, I'm sure. I mean, he's going to be a player that if you run into him, he will be a turn and mow you down. But I guess that's one way to neutralize him. And I think they knew what Saudi was playing. I don't know if they double naded it or not, but just so surprised to see that happen. And turning that entry, I think from Naf into 2 from Shazam and a round on the board. That's 14-6. I mean, we're getting close. Stanislav wanted to drop those 2 guns. That would have been huge, the fact that they were able to save them moving into this round, because it looks like Mouse are just going to play to win, knowing that they have a map on their back.
And this is when it can be difficult when you're trying to close the map out on the CT side and the Terrorists have the lead. They get up to 14. That really shapes your buying behavior. Like you only have 6 rounds. At that point, you've got to be having that buy to win mentality instead of, you know, save to tie. Like Conquest get 15 and then just be confident in your rifles. But here they did have enough money to put together a full buy in round 21, so pretty fortunate for mousesports.
Fantastic fight here from both teams. mousesports had one insanely clean round. I mean, not losing a member,
I started
not allowing the
Conquest
bomb
though,
to
and
go
then
down.
right away in the next round.
Exactly, right to follow up. So,
Oh, Shazam getting the entry, really stepping up for his team right now. Nico trying to hold on. He's very blind. Show us Shazam. Shazam just creeping forward. He gets another frag. He's still up. Rush has gone down. Next pulls out the sidearm. Finds the headshot. Just with the USP right now. One bullet. No time to reload. He's only got 8 in the USP, and he'll drop to the pit. It's a 3 versus 3. He's got bullets. Chris J from up top. Hitting the shot at the window. Stan is all going to try to plant in the front of A, but they still have to. Nope, no one actually got up there in time. Chris J's walking his way over. Stan to plant and holding in the bathrooms already as Nafly stand. Where's he going to go? Is he going to push it and be a bit more aggressive, getting into the corner here on truck?
oh, was he
Has
spotted?
been spotted. They know he's there. Chris J not going to miss that shot. Super easy. Stan's got it out. Nafly 1 versus 3 right now. Can only get his first frag. So mousesports taking that round, getting up to 7.
Yeah, very close. Somehow Mouse were able to come back after getting entry'd really cleanly, like the headshot going down for free, no damage taken from Sam. Him getting a second kill as well in the site. Conquest managed to come back. We had Chris J get an off shot from upper through a dissipating smoke. Stanislaw can never tell if he's happy or sad. Can never tell. Just always concentrated, always confident, and don't want to forget that they still have another 2 rounds to win, and it won't be any small feat if they do it. Taking a map off mousesports in a tournament where they haven't lost a map.
So they have not lost a map.
And in such a convincing fashion, I think, is pretty amazing.
Yeah, mousesports did have to dig pretty deep to make a comeback against, I think it was Luminosity on Dust 2. Luminosity was up 10-2, and mousesports ended up winning it, I think, 16...
Like 16-11 or something. I don't know if it was that close. Yeah.
No, it was 11 for half, and they won 16-12. Yep, only 1 round to Luminosity when they flipped sides. So haven't lost a map at this tournament. Conquest can change that here, and maybe just 2 more rounds.
That was Navi, right?
Oh, they came back in the first half of the first map.
Oh, they're just the
Navi,
comeback kids.
And then they crushed Navi on overpass, made the comeback against Luminosity, and I think also just bested them in the second map there. But here we are, about a minute off the clock right now. 45 seconds, and everyone is still alive.
We've seen mousesports posture just like this, and I mean, their slow work towards B once they got long and cat control seemed to work out a lot better than obviously just hitting it face first, and now they're throwing the flashes into the site. mousesports players obviously nervous, but we have 4 players here, or actually 3, all in the pit.
Yeah, it's going to be a brawl right now. Next with the first headshot, Santa quick on the trade out. Rush with 1-2, so the man advantage going big time in favor of Conquest. Shazam with another. Chris J, 1 versus 4 with Justin Obb. Conquest got to defend a 4-on-1 post plant for match point. Not too bad of a situation for them to be in.
Just a sick B take they have once they throw those flashes over. They have Stan entrying. Shazam is also getting a lot of these entries on the B side, and then everyone just trading out so well.
Can we get a crowd shot right now? Crowd shot, please.
Just
keep doing it, crowd.
Save. The lactic acid is building up in their arms.
There it is. There it is. Putting the voodoo on.
I don't even know what this means, but
someone's about to take a field. I think someone's about to take a field goal. I'm not really sure.
A lot of reason to be hype. I mean, match point. mousesports haven't been in this much danger this entire tournament run. I mean, they're just out of groups. They're in semis, but so are Conquest. Conquest have had a hard road to get here, have earned their place. And mousesports on this force-up, last time Conquest were going up against mousesports on a force-up, they took it quickly. They hit B hard and they traded out. Ended up being, 2 players from Conquest alive. This round, you can only hope they stick together. They don't want to be split up too much. mousesports very good on force-ups.
Yeah, the Eagles have done so much for mousesports at this tournament. Just their force-ups in general, as you say. Conquest doing very, very well on Shazam. I mean, he's been finding so many entries here to get them to this point in the T half with his AK, but now he does go back to that op, so we'll see what Shazam can do with that.
Yeah, I think it's been super.
Oh, Chris J.
What a shot.
Oh,
my
Chris
God.
J with 2, and he finds the third. 1 bullet left, but no terrorists left here at Long A. And looking for those weapons. He's got the AK right now. Chris J with a dig. spray down. Christian very blind from his own flash, I think, there. Now we saw it was Nex with his 3-1 digs against Na'Vi. This time Chris J here against Conquest. Daps and Party 1 versus 5. What a ridiculous round from mousesports.
From Mouse J.
Mouse J, yeah, pretty much.
That was such a clean 1D. Such a tough angle too. Up close, pretty much flat angle, and then turning that into a second one and obviously a third, a fourth in total. He actually had a 4K on that round. Mousesports at a 7-round deficit now, but always fighting for match point. Going to favor Conquest through and throughout. CT, if Conquest were on CT side, that might be a different story, but look at this, 4 AKs up after that eco. Crazy. We've got a total of 8 AKs on the field. No, what I think was ironic about Shazam in this map specifically, he had so much more impact with an AK than he had with an AWP.
Certainly not something that you would have expected going into this, and there it is. Goes to the AK, finds the opening there on Dennison. Yeah, there's a small area to smoke, and somehow there's a gap left. I think that might have been the smoke they threw from CT, so maybe just a little bit off when they let it fly. And there's Nex, sprays down one. Nafly just strafing out with the Tech 9, doesn't even stop running, keeps on clicking, gets the frag. 4 versus 3 into the post plant. Nico still here in the pit at B, but goes down. Rush with 2. Now just Chris J playing against match point. 1 versus 4, going for the retake. He's got no kit, but he's still got to try for it. Misses that first op shot. And Rush takes him down. Rush finishing that one with the 3K. Your map 2 winner is going to be Conquest. We're going to a third.
Good game and well played. That was pretty awesome. Rush was joking yesterday about how, we saw him clutch like 5 to 7 rounds or something like that on train, and that he was the entry fragger of the team. Yeah, he was always last alive and clutching those rounds, and there he was in his expected role, entry fragging and turning that entry into a 3K. Those long B hits, or those split Bs after getting short control, were so strong from Conquest. I wonder who that wouldn't have worked against. I'm not even sure what Mousesports could have done differently, if they should have traded up close. I mean, versus those B hits when it was Mousesports doing it to them, them playing along that long B wall, long monster, or up by the pillar, ended up working better. Instead, Mousesports kind of tried to play retake on B from the pit. A lot of favorable angles from there, but I think it was just Conquest hitting shots.
It certainly was, and it was surprising. We already kind of mentioned it a little bit. The fact that it was Shazam, like, he's my T-side player. Later on in the rifle rounds, obviously Rush starts him off strong with the Glock ace, but for Shazam to be always finding these entries with the AK, 2K, 3K entries onto these sites, it was madness. We're going to go down to the desk now, see what they think about. So Scoots, Thorne, and Richard, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. So again, they've both traded their map picks, and the other team has won them. Obviously not called here at the desk, but crazy stuff.
I mean, you couldn't anticipate that. I mean, they lost their own map, which is Inferno. Now they've won Overpass, which was the pick for... Did my mic just go off?
I hear you still.
It'll be close today.
Then now they've won Overpass, which is obviously the Mousesports pick. I haven't been this surprised by North American results since their netcode guides played against iBuy